Now, now today is continuing on. Um, now, now I thought about this as I was washing dishes today, and so what I did was I went to the Planet Fitness and walked for maybe an hour and 20 minutes in an incline. Did my exercise, and after that I went to work washing dishes. And what I've deduced at this point is that what I've deduced at this point is that if things are easy, then the reward will be small. But if what I'm attempting to do is hard, then the reward will be big. I can already see that the reward will be big. Once I nail this thing down, then I know that the reward will be big. I'm just I'm just applying common sense to this. And may God be so kind uh, that He allows me to get to the finish line. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's just going to be. It's like when the time is right. Time is right. When the time is right, time is right. Okay. Practice, practice. Learn, learn, learn. Uh, learn more, learn more. Each day goes by, and then one day, time is right. But before then, I make these breaches and fail these accounts, and that'll keep happening. Uh, and I can look at something that will cost me less, or I could just keep doing this and make it happen, make it work. I mean, it's uh, so when the time is right, time is right. Okay, when the time is right, time is right. Okay, that's how it happens. That's how it occurs. If the time anyway. So uh, at this stage, everything my life is in a like a pause. Everything about my life is in a pause right now to get this thing working. Everything is a pause. Everything in my life is a complete pause. Uh, once I become consistently profitable, then my life will start back up. Okay, it's gonna start to develop, but it's my life currently is in a pause right now until I can figure this out. Okay, uh, I have to start bringing in money from this thing that I'm doing. But once the money starts flowing in, then my life just begins. It's a totally different world. Once I break through, when I break through this thing in day trading, when I achieve a breakthrough, uh, when I achieve breakthrough, then my life will restart. It's like this it's like this Cadillac that's been parked in the farmyard underneath a tree for about 30 years. And then some guy comes over and talks to the farmer, and the farmer says, "If you can start it, you can take it." So the guy works on it and puts some fuel in it. The tire is still, uh, it's got dry rot. Uh, so he gets it started, and then it drives off, refurbishes it, and gives it a new life. So right now, I am essentially that Cadillac sitting in a farm underneath a tree. And the one day I will I will one day My engine will start, and it's going to work. One day it's going to work. In the meantime, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep studying it and keep studying it. But one day that Cadillac in the farmer's field underneath a tree, the Cadillac on a farm underneath a tree. Now it's going to start. It's going to have a new life. And that will happen when I achieve consistency. Okay. Again, if it's easy, the reward will be small. If it's easy, the reward will be small. But if it's difficult, then the reward will be big. Just I thought about this today. I thought about just think about this. Now IBM and Microsoft a long time ago had this competition, corporate competition, to see who would create a operating system, who would create the operating system that would be adopted across the world. Microsoft won, IBM lost, and they faded it away. I think it was called like OS or something. IBM OS for operating system. And along with it, the whole world, essentially like each person has one or two electronic devices that runs these operating systems, and they have a monopoly on that. So the reward is immense. They could practically charge anything they want, but it's very, very difficult. These juggernauts many years ago, several decades ago, attempted to take over the world. The reward is immense. I can see that. So as a day trader, the reward will be immense, incredibly immense. So when I have this mindset that makes a concrete connection to what I'm doing with what I expect, and the result is consistent, when that clicks, so the whole formula is this: I recognize something and I make a trade on it, and it responds in a familiar way. And when I take that same trade now, later or tomorrow, and the results are consistent. And when I make that connection when I make that concrete connection between what I'm doing and what the market is feeding back to me, then I can make finer adjustments in the risk size to allow me to maximize the return. At this stage, so that's the goal that I have, and that's something that has eluded me for about 4 to 5 years. It's amazing to me how it has eluded me due to the fact that I have essentially been swimming in something called addiction to it, and I was unable to see that. So I have to keep my eyes open to that particular scenario where professional day traders say that if it repeats, they say it repeats. And so when I take that same trade that repeats over and over and over, then that is called consistency. And when the idea is to be consistent, small. And then once that consistency is achieved, then I can go ahead and increment the size of it to see how far I can take it with a factor of emotion and the drawdown that could impact the size of the risk that I have, because I can't, obviously, if there's a drawdown, then I know that there is a certain size limitation to my risk. So until that happens, until I make that connection, so I see it, I put a risk on, the market moves, and there's a positive result, and then I repeat that over and over and over. And when I have achieved it on a repeated basis with positive results, that's called consistency. So once that happens, I can take that Cadillac on a farm underneath a tree and give it a new life. And that Cadillac is me. So I'm currently 55. In about a few more months, I will turn 56. And I've been at this now for almost like 5 years now. And I've settled down into settled into making a prop firm challenges, and prop firm challenges are incredibly difficult. It is challenging. It is definitely challenging. But I'm doing it. I'm going to keep doing it, because one day I'm going to make that connection. Until then, until then, until then, my total existence on this earth. Until then, my total existence on this earth is wash dishes, trade, study, eat, and sleep. My kids are 25 years old now, 25 and 24. My ex-wife, I haven't seen her in probably about 8 years. 8 years. And she probably moved on. But I'm going to keep at it. I still have 4 to 5 years of probation as a convicted felon, and so essentially, essentially, the only thing that I can do, I can't even work as a custodian. Literally, I can't even work as a custodian because of something called a felony. They don't hire people who have a criminal record. They don't hire people like me. I found out, and so, and working as a dishwasher is hard enough. But I'm incredibly thankful that I have a job as a dishwasher, because it pays for this place, this Regis, this place that I can connect to my internet and start making money. But it's been like 4 to 5 years now. I still haven't made any money yet, so I'm still working on it. All I can say is one of these days, but I need to just keep thinking about this thing. This thing called, when I see it, I recognize it, I can size in, take this trade, have an idea on a catalog of, if I take this and I recognize this is pattern number 1, then I should expect a certain result. And I should be able to distinguish between this pattern and another pattern, and the expectancy of the second pattern, which will be different than the first pattern. So when I have this category of these things, then I will be able to consistently make money while adhering to the rules of the prop firms. Okay, so uh, it's doing this each and every day, doing this each and every day, okay? Doing this each and every day, all by myself, okay? By myself, doing this by myself. Because if I were to approach somebody who knows how to trade, the conversation would be completely different. There's no way it has a specific cost to enter into their world. There is a cost. And for now, I'm sticking to myself and the money that I spent on Al Brooks. I'm just keep studying what he's. I'm just keep studying it. I'm studying him as much as possible because I believe he is the key to me becoming consistent. So I keep studying on my own. Okay. So I'm gonna keep doing it. So I suppose what I need to I definitely need to make that categorization of that specific setup that I see. Okay, when I look at it, I should be able to see it. And once I see it, then I should be able to recognize what the result is going to be. Currently, it's today it was like almost 60 degrees outside. Spring is already here. It feels like. Fortunately, time goes by like 1 week. Time goes so fast. Already February is gone. Almost February is gone. January is gone. I did my taxes. I got my tax return. One day I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be profitable. One day I'm going to be profitable. And the whole world will be different. One day I'm going to get a payout. And then I'll get another payout. And then another payout.